Any injuries coming out of yesterday or anything?
Yes. So JC, he'll be out. He's going to be out long term. He got a tricep, so he's going to end up having surgery, which is too bad. Other than that, it's the same. Ryan will still be down. Hottie will still be down, and then everything else is the same.
Will Nacho be out of? It looked like he still had the non-con.
Yeah, he'll be doing more today. Yep, so he'll be up. Anything else injury-wise? You guys got?
Out of the protocol or no? Is he out of the
He's doing stuff today, and then he'll get looked at post-practice.
How'd Shep look to you? First day out there, first practice?
Good, first day. Yeah, no, he's been working hard over there running routes, and I think it's probably good for him to go against some people. What we'll do is, we'll keep him down today. We'll keep Shep down today. That's the rehab plan for him.
Every other day, is that, or like once a week? Like
I'd say down today, and then we'll just monitor it, every day. But just after this first one, we wanted to give him a day off the next day.
What are you seeing from Tyree Phillips to warrant getting him some reps with the first team?
Yeah, he's done a good job. He's done a good job since we got him last year. He's big, he's long, he can bend. Again, it goes back to the position flexibility. Play outside, swing tackle, play some inside. So we thought we'd give him an opportunity to get a look at him inside. I guess we'll find out a lot more here. For the big guys, it's hard to evaluate, but just being able to do that, communicate with different people at a different position, we thought that would be a good thing for him.
Is it tougher to evaluate a guy when you get him kind of midstream last year, when you're not doing all these evaluation practices, you're getting ready for games? Like, is this like his first chance to really evaluate?
It's different. It's different. You can still evaluate him, but it definitely is. It's a different evaluation because the stuff you're doing now, it's broad. There's a ton of things. We're trying a lot of different things. And then once you get to the situation where you're in season and things are cut down, it's a little bit different, but you still can evaluate.
Brian, what have you seen from Trey Hawkins?
He's done a nice job with the opportunities that he's given. He'll get some more. A lot of like the young guys, some good, some stuff to improve on. Good young man, works hard, so he'll get some more chances.
Would you say that it's a myth when you have a player that's coming from a small school program jump into the NFL? A lot of people say they've got a bigger gap to bridge. Is that a myth in your opinion, or does it, is there?
I think each person is different. Where they went to school, when they come in. I think every situation's different.
Brian, Isaiah Hodgins was not a typical, in-season pickup for you because you knew him.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't brand new to you. But the way he came on late in the season, as a coach, can you admit if you were surprised? Were you surprised at that? Because his opportunities have not been there, really in Buffalo or here before that.
Yeah, I'd say nothing really surprises me. I think he's. He made the most of his opportunity. He's out there, competing right now. He plays multiple spots as well, just not one spot. But obviously having a relationship with him and him understanding some of the things we did offensively, not exactly the same, but I think it allowed him to pick it up probably a little bit quicker. And then, he made the most of his chances.
You always say, one season doesn't have anything to do with the other. You were hot at the end. It doesn't mean you're going to start out hot,
Yep.
But he was hot at the end. So that doesn't mean anything, but can that help him in his head, that I did it, I can keep going here?
I'd say that's probably a good question for him.
What about as a coach? Do you look at him and say, okay, that's the way he ended, we can start this way now too with him?
No, we just start back. He's got a foundation to build on, but we start back over. There's different competition in the room, but he's got a good mindset.
Does Beavers still have a lot of rookie to him because of all the time he missed?
Yeah, I'd say it's not his first year because he knows how we run things, our program. But obviously, being out here, after that injury that happened in training camp, still a young player, still has a ways to go. But he's done a good job since he's been out here. Obviously, fighting through that rehab and now getting an opportunity. He's done some nice things. We'll see when we get going here.
Dave, is there a point in time with the offensive line?
Yes. Yeah, we manage him.
You're rotating a lot of guys at a lot of positions.
Yep.
Particularly with the offensive line where people talk about the need for continuity. Is there a point in time where you would really like to settle that?
Well, I think it'll be settled by the players. once we figure that out. But it seems like that's a question I've had, since I've been a coordinator. And then, last year, that's, our job is to give people opportunity to go out there and compete and use different lineups and, see how they react to different things, whether it's from tackle to guard, guard to center, center to guard. I think, every place I've been, we've always done that with the offensive line.
With Phillips, Frank, did he do any guard with you in practice last year? I mean, I know he did as a rookie. Did he?
Yeah, I'd say Bobby does a great job of just, whether it's even on the look team during the week, rolling guys in, just to try to create as much flexibility as we can.
Jeff said yesterday that you're reminding guys that playoffs isn't the only goal, it's to go even further. Do you think it's important to...
Who said that?
Sterling Shepard.
Shep?
Yeah. Is it important to talk about those things before you can achieve them?
I'd say Shep maybe confused that with let's go out and have a good practice. So, yeah.
Fair enough.
So what'd you think of the Pinnock interception?
Yeah, it was pretty impressive, particularly when you pause it at the high point where he's got it.
And you did that?
Well, when we were watching as a coaching staff, yeah. I mean, it was a good play. Yeah.
Did you still get credit for it, even though you blew the play dead?
Yeah, those guys are, that was kind of a impromptu type deal, where I've got, I'd say, leaders on the team wanting to do one more play, and which is good. It's good competition. So of course, yeah.
Brian, with the wide receiver competition, is it the same philosophy as with the offensive line in terms of like no timeline to try and decipher?
It really is. That's what training camp's for. That's why we're out here. I think everybody deserves an opportunity. Those that deserve the opportunity should get the opportunity, and then, what they make of it is up to them. And maybe they want more opportunity than they're getting. And I've talked about this at the start of camp. You got to control what you can control. Whether that's 5 reps, 10 reps, whatever it may be. You don't get any balls one day. You just got to stay, mentally focused on doing your job, and when you get an opportunity, make the most of it.
I know you say Shep might have misinterpreted your message, but I'm curious, in your mind, has the rhetoric changed? Like, has your message in year 2 changed because you're at a different point of the progression?
No, I mean, it's really, we're day to day. We have a long way to go. This is a different year. I've said it a million times, and it is. It's not cliche. It is. I've been part of teams that, that finished the way you wanted to finish, and then didn't finish the next year the way you want to finish. And they're 2 different teams. You got to really stay focused.
Now that it's a different year, do you alter your message? Do you change it? Do you have to say different things?
I think you always.
I think you
always, as a leader and a presenter, you always have to evolve. I've spoken to a lot of, again, I've said this, business executives, head coaches, not just in football but in other sports, and you're always trying to improve, self-improvement. But it really is a new year. The focus has to be laser, and you have to continue just to kind of block everything out and improve each day.
What do those improvements look like for you specifically in year 2? Maybe what's changed for you a little bit?
For me, I kind of keep all those notes that I talk to private, but there's a lot of things I can improve on. I'd say first is my weight, which I haven't really done a good enough job of. No, it's leadership, it's communication, it's practice scheduling, it's dealing with other people in the organization, whether it's the equipment staff, the training staff. There's constant things that go on each day that, maybe last year it was the first time it ever happened to me. If it comes up this year, I can lean on some experience, but I'm kind of like the players. It's all new right now relative to training camp and trying to build a team, and certainly got a long way to go.
Brian, it's early, Brian, but to the amateur eye, we've seen Deonte Banks get beat a few times. What have you made of how he's looked so far and where he needs to go?
Yeah, I think Pat asked that yesterday. I think he's done a good job. He's a young player, competitive. Kind of throw a lot at him, and whether that's throw a lot at him on defense, throw a lot at him on offense. He's a good young player, I'd say, but he falls into the category of all the young players that we talked about. Trey, you guys asked about, or Beavers, or some young receivers. That's what this time of year is for.
You want to just go at him right from the get-go. You don't want, there's no like kid gloves situation. You kind of alluded to it. You want to challenge that guy.
Well,
like that
I think we try to challenge all our players. I mean, we're jumping right in. It's not like kind of walk into the pool. We're jumping right into the deep end right now, and everybody's got to compete it out.
Right, what do you like about how Daniel Jones has started camp?
Consistent, which is probably a good word to describe him as consistent. Since I've met him and been around him, he's done a nice job.
Brian, in general, couple more. In general, there seems to be more downfield shots yesterday. What do you attribute that to?
Scheduling, scripting. Again, we're always trying to work on different things. Maybe it's the short passing game. Maybe it's third and short where you're not throwing a bunch. Maybe it's, we try to be well thought out in our practice plans, see different things. Yesterday was just normal, kind of down and distance, but obviously we threw it down the field yesterday. I'd say quite a bit, which is good. You got to see some of that too for your evaluations. It's it's building a team, it's scheduling, it's improving each day, but it's also about evaluation and testing different things out.
How do you see Wink interact with a rookie corner who clearly has been, scheduled to start? We'll see how that goes, I guess. But how do you see Wink in that role?
I'd say the same that I see him with all the players. I think he does a great job of interacting. He's honest. He tells the players what they need to work on. He's a good communicator. He's got good leadership about him. So it's not just with Banks, but it's with veteran players too. I think he's just got a really good way about himself that the players respect, and he's been doing this a long time. So he's been through a lot of different experiences, probably a lot of different conversations, with a lot of different players. So it's good to have him.
Brian,
last one.
Just what have you seen out of Bobby, and how good of a combination can he be with Beavers?
I thought you were talking about Bobby Johnson. Bobby O. Yeah, he's been a good addition. Got good length, speed, practices hard. I think someone asked about his leadership. He's done a good job in that regard. So, he's been playing both spots. Somebody asked about that as well. We'll see where it goes.